Hello and welcome, race fans. It is Championship Tuesday here tonight at Talladega with the HCK Beagles Racing League, where we get to find out who the champion driver of the year will be. And boy, oh boy, do I tell you, this thing is far from over. It is a close race up there, up at the top of those standings. So let's get things all started off here tonight before the action kicks off with the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
And welcome back. As always, some great help has brought these races to you guys here tonight. Of course, Davidson Builders, your longtime all-season sponsor here. Be sure to check them out up in that northern New Jersey area if you're looking to do some remodeling. Also, check out tonight's race sponsor of Freedom Landscaping down there in the Carolinas, family and veteran-owned. And go check them out and get on their board now, because man, this winter's been, at least other than recently, been pretty tame up here, which means springtime is just around the corner. Be sure to give them a call at 336-909-0629 to get on their schedule to get your landscaping needs all taken care of. Also, big thank you to AdminBoxx as well. Always jumping on board there. Thank you guys so much for that. Of course, big time thank you to TrackDogsRacing.com as well, your premier merchandising supplier for the HCK Beagles Racing League and AAA Broadcasting. And of course, we'll talk about Dubby here later on, your proud energy sponsor of the HCK Beagles Racing League. I'm Alan Brown, and me and English are going to start throwing hands up here in the booth. It's getting heated.
I hope so.
But either way, we're still going to remain friends no matter what. And we got ourselves a good championship race here tonight, Mr. English. Talladega, 75 laps, all coming down to who's going to be our champion driver here this season.
That's too complicated for me to understand. Probably shouldn't even tell me how many laps are here, but yeah, it's Daytona, right? Or Talladega. It's going to be a fun time either way, and there's going to be a lot of three-wide action going on tonight, which you could do here. You got the room to do it here. It's not like Daytona where, three-wide, just for a second could cause a disaster. We're going to see a little bit more of it here tonight. And interesting to see what's going to happen here with championship standings with these top two drivers. And I know I have my predictions. I don't know about you guys, but we're all going to find out together here tonight at Talladega.
Indeed, is down there on pit road. Mr. Adam Turner all ready for the action here tonight. And it's the last race here, Turner. Last race to let the aggressions out to possibly pick up a win and hopefully pick up that championship.
Well, if you're going for the championship, you got to turn somebody and learn somebody. Speaking of doing all that, AAA broadcasting, we may have to do the feats of strength between all of us. We just once a year we're gonna have to duke it out somewhere and
Airing of grievances.
air it all out, and we'll just have a wrestling match. We got a little heated there beforehand. I just walked into this thing late, and it's going to be a good race. Now that I know everybody's feisty, fired up, I know, but it's fun. I embellished it a little bit. I mean, come on, that's part of my deal. That's part of my deal. Let it go. This is going to be a fight tonight. I can't wait to see what happens. Winker and Stoy, I think, are going to be kind of gunning for each other here tonight, and it's going to be fun. Too fast repair. 75% fuel, 4 sets of tires. That's pretty much it today. 73 degrees out there in Dega. Track's cool. I mean, no holds barred, no rules like the old WWF where they went to the other thing where they got all crazy. That's what we need to do right now.
And that is what is coming up on the table here tonight as we take a look at tonight's race info. Beautiful weather, sunny skies, not a drop of rain in those clouds as we have ourselves a fantastic championship race here tonight. Bringing us down to that key to the race. And man, we say it about these plate tracks all the time about going champ to chump and chump to champ. Well, it's all about who at the end of this one is going to be champ, who at the end of this one is going to be a chump.
You said it, man. This track, especially, coming out of turn 4 on the last lap, you never know who's going to be who's going to win this thing. Even if somebody's out front, down low there, that's usually not the place you want to be because it's usually somebody back in about 6th or 7th position that ends up winning the race, from the big wreck coming out of turn 4. But only have 12 drivers here tonight, so it's not like we're going to have even a medium one, much less a big one. We don't really have enough cars for a big one here, but nevertheless, we're going to see how it shakes out here.
Well, we could still have a good crash. Ideally, everybody should just kind of stay together in the main pack until there's 10 laps to go and just start acting wild. But somebody will do something dumb, make a mistake, try to go 3 wide where they shouldn't. And that's gonna be the fun thing.
That it is
for tonight.
Is what do we need to call this, English? Do we need to call it like a reverse Polish victory lap for Winker in that 42?
Winker out there
doing his qualifying backwards,
insisting on doing his qualifying laps backwards. I like it.
Well, he's showing off that nice new paint scheme from Yulberger Custom Homes. I know that.
Yeah, people are already firing up in the YouTube chat over there. Winker Nation is out there. Rebecca Smith is here. Brandon Noah is there for hashtag Winker Nation. Tower Operators here as well for Team America. Michael Newton say, hey guys, had a great season. A lot of fun. Going to miss everyone in the off season. Hope to see everyone back again next season. Michael Newton, of course, our race controller here at HCK Beagles Racing League. And Justin's here as well. And Adam Strom saying, howdy fellas. I'm really in the mood for some fighting tonight. So hopefully we can see some of that action out there. And it looks like we're getting gridded up out here, ready to roll.
That we are. So let's go ahead and tell everybody where their favorite driver is starting here this evening, starting us off. And no surprise there, the 51 Joshua Moore sits up there on that pole position. Man, if you put a over-under on a pole position, 50% or greater, man, you would have just won a big ton of money because Joshua Moore, I think, ended up getting 3/4 of the poles here this season. So congratulations there, Josh, starting up there at the front. He's going to have his teammate and partner there in the 42, Kevin Winker, on the outside of him in second. The 4 of Eric Stoy going to be starting right there up at the front as well in third. 86, best name in iRacing, Jake Bunjo, going to start here in fourth. Fifth, we got the 5 of Stephen Naylor with the 96 of Josh Freed there hanging around in sixth. 7th, we'll have the 15 of one of those Staten brothers, Cody Staten, hanging around. 72, Chan the Man, Chandler Paul, starting here tonight in 8th. Looks like 9th will be Cale Turbeville. Oh, excuse me, that's actually Josh Bittner there in 9th in the 84. But in the 64 will be the 64 Cale Turbeville sitting there, running out your top 10.
Gregory Turner, Little Rimmer in the 69 starts 11th. Rounding out your field in 12th position, J.A. Burton.
It's a light field tonight, but I agree. We should get some kind of... Somebody needs to fight somebody.
That's Joshua Moore having some fun with the pace car there. And your interview with your pole sitter is being brought to you by AdminBoxx. Be sure to go check out your AdminBoxx here today and get yourself what the race controllers really need, and that's some extra little buttons for quick yellows, wave arounds, black flags, just all right there. So that way, you know, it's all just right there. It's nice and easy to get to, which is always a good thing. So let's get things started off here and talk with the man who's got the most poles on the season by not even like a big margin. It's by like a county mile. 51, Joshua Moore, starting here up at the front. And Josh, I know for championship-wise, maybe not necessarily in it for the run-in here tonight, but your teammate on the outside there, he most certainly is.
Yep. Probably just gonna try to push Kevin to the win, or at least in front of Stoy, and just try to make smart moves. Be smart. Try not to wreck. Maybe get a win, or push Kevin to the win. But try to get one of these Muehlberger Custom Homes cars in victory lane today.
There you go. I know your sponsors out there watching is pulling for you guys. Good luck out there to you and your team for sure. This is Talladega, as we know anything can happen out here. You guys got a pretty solid plan, or y'all just kind of trying to wing it tonight and stay safe?
I think we're probably just going to try to ride up front. Right now, I'm just trying to beat this pace car since I haven't been able to beat anything all season.
Well, you do a good job at least getting the pole. So another one tonight. This is the season finale. Good luck to you and your team. And you got anybody you want to thank since we're getting a chance to talk to you here?
Yeah, thank my parents. Thank obviously Bruce Muehlberger for sponsoring all of us. It's been a great season. And I know Zach. I don't know if Zach's watching this, but he's not here tonight. But this should be fun. We're going to put on a show for you guys.
Awesome, man. Well, we can't wait for it. Good luck. Have fun. And who knows, maybe we'll see you all later.
All right. Thank you.
Get Joshua back to his team, Team America, as we go ahead and look forward here to what is on the line here points-wise for these drivers. Your top 10. Right now, Kevin Winker and Eric Stoy separated by 5 points. And a little bit of a gap there to Josh Freed. I don't even think there's enough cars in here for Josh Freed to get out in front. And if he picked up a win and those guys to come in last, I don't think he'd still have a chance. He would have needed a few more people for that. But either way, looking pretty racy up here tonight. And there was a team championship going on at the same time, but it just wasn't even close enough for us to even want to follow that. Team America, your team championship, team champions, I should say, here in Season 3. So congratulations, Team America. We'll be talking to Team America here at the end of this one.
It's a dominant performance by them all season. A couple of teams, Limitless, one of those teams that look like they might give them a run for their money there early, but here coming down the stretch, it was just kind of a runaway.
Well, or do you think Team America is going to just control the front end of this race from the start to finish?
Well, only time will tell, Mr. Turner. Only time will tell, and that time is coming up now as the pace car dives on down and into the pit lane there. As we get up and ready, these guys heading into the tri-oval, into that Geico restart zone for the first time here tonight. And away we go. Championship racing here from Talladega. Side by side, they send it off down into turns 1 and 2. The 42 and the 51 controlling both lanes pretty pretty good here. The 4 of Eric Stoy trying to get that push, though, on that 51. Maybe break out in front here, bop up to that outside lane, and maybe try to steal the lead away from this one. Stoy almost basically needs to pick up the win here tonight to get the championship, because he needs all the points that he can get with this smaller field right now. The 42 still side by side with him. Right behind him, we got the 86 Jake Bunjo trying to get you on back to that 42's back bumper. The 5 Stephen Naylor sitting right there in the middle as well on that bottom side, just kind of riding along as we come into the tri-oval one more time, and that will be your first lap incomplete.
We want to thank everybody joining us out there in YouTube chat. Albert Anderson's got a few fans pulling for him out there tonight. Trouble is,
He's
Albert
not
Anderson
there.
is not in a race tonight. I don't know where he's at. Maybe took the night off here for
Yeah.
the championship, but we sure appreciate his fans sticking around here tonight. And Cheryl
Yeah.
Winker out here pulling for her son Kevin. And did you see the comment by Newton there, Mr. Turner?
Oh my goodness, I just did. Yeah.
Fun.
That's
He says,
interesting.
fun fact of the night: 1/4 of this field is named Josh. He's
That is-
exactly right.
That is wild too. Actually, that's a weird stat. But so we're gonna have to be more specific when we're talking about these different
Yeah.
Joshes out here. But I wish Albert was here, guys. He always makes it interesting.
And that he does, as the 4 and the 42 go side by side. Your championship contenders up at the front, battling it out like gladiators here early on in this run. 69, Little Rimmer, Gregory Turner trying to take it up on the high side here. Little connection issue there. Well, it's still a little bit of a connection issue as the 4 bumps up to the outside lane, tries to block the run that they were getting, and he's now going to dive back on down to that bottom side. The 69 is going to slide back into position as well. So 2 wide racing. Here we go again as this field rounds out through turns 3 and 4.
Leslie Montgomery out there pulling for Hunter. Matt Bunjo says Stealth Motorsports, maybe back-to-back wins here tonight. Well, we got 3 wide here already. These guys feeling kind of froggy up here in front.
Yeah, the 4 of Stoy looked like he's trying to control both lanes all on his lonesome. And that ended up pushing the 42 out wide. Now the 51 kind of does the same thing, forces the 4 out wide, as we're now going 3 wide racing here down the back straightaway. The 86 of Bunjo catching right on up to the 4 and giving him a good shove. He was clear for just a moment as the 51 down on that middle groove with some help from Josh Freed and Cale Turbeville hanging around in there as well.
That was a tactical move by the 51, helping his teammate out there, just pinching him a little bit, letting him know Team America is up here. that was pretty good little gamesmanship right there early on in the race.
Peyton McGowan jumped on and said, everyone keep it clean tonight, just to save Josh's liver. Josh Bittner pledged to do a shot per caution again tonight, so hopefully these guys are able to keep it clean at least for a little while.
Ooh, Freed hit the wall.
He did a little bit, but it's not scrubbing too much speed off of him there. Russ Endicott saying no Tenderfoot. Well, then get him, Mad Mike. Well, there is no Mike either.
He's not here. Mike Adams is not here either. Limitless no-show here tonight for the championship race.
So we're going 3 wide here again up at the front. The 15, the 5, and the 51. The 42. I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about having such a small field here, Turner. You know, that 42, he was basically back there at the end of this field. Again, can't really say too much how... Not too impressive here, but already back up here kind of fighting for the front.
Yeah, and this is going to be good for everybody. If they can just hang out together here. Any of the last place driver, who's J.A. Burton currently, he's still in the draft. He could win the thing coming out of 4 on the final lap. So really, if they can just keep their act together and not have any kind of mistakes, we're going to see some real good racing. Strategy is going to come into play. That may stretch them out a little bit, but so far I like what I see.
And the 26 really modulating that throttle here. He's just trying to maintain that about a car gap between himself and looks like that's Jake Bunjo there in front of him. Just doesn't want to get up too close. He wants to leave that little bit of extra room as the 3 wide kind of breaks apart there in front. And we go back to 2x2 racing as the 51 gets a big run on the outside lane, but he's not going to leave his teammate there in that 42.
Yeah, he's going to stick with him there. We'd love to see these teammates working together, especially to help the one teammate that still has a shot at winning it all here tonight. It's the 42 of Winker.
Has Winker added any more sheet metal since the last time we saw him, which was probably last night? He's got
I don't think so.
the coolest man cave out there, one of them, with all that sheet metal and lights and good. Looks like a comfortable place to enjoy a race.
Got some real estate down there, that's for sure. He's got enough room to put him a big old still or a
Yeah, you're always thinking about what
beer fermenter or something down
what if he
there.
doesn't want to do that? Maybe he just needs a cooler, and maybe
I
he
don't
just drinks Mountain Dew or something. Like not the kind from like the West Virginia hills
not
either.
The guy from the hills, yeah.
Yeah, just like regular Mountain Dew.
Not made under cover of darkness.
Right, the one that's you can get at the store.
Ooh, a lot of side to side moving here, Brown. That kind of
lot.
makes me nervous when they start doing all that, but it looks like most of them are single file up here towards the front.
It looks like it, but people are really fighting, trying to pick which lane they want to be in here. As 84 and the 72, Chan the Man and Josh Bittner teaming on up, trying to claw their way back here to the front. 51 more hanging out there with them. You got the 15 and the 96 working together, trying to stay up behind that 42 of Winker. As looks like the Forrestoy just kind of falling way back. I think he just wants to keep that truck clean right now, and he'll probably sit back there for a while, just really not making too many heavy-handed moves there. Side by side here up at the front, almost 3 wide going as a 51 breaks out to the far outside lane. Oof, man, a lot of bobbling going on.
They lost the formation of the second line for a little bit. Now they're gathering it back up.
I see what you're saying there, Brown, about... I'm sorry, Adam, go ahead, bud.
No, I have nothing to say other than I was just the fact that it's that lazy Susan effect, kind of what Brown talks about all the time. Is kind of what looks like is going on.
Yeah, what Brown was saying about, you could just lose a ton of spots all at once. We just saw it happen to the 51. I mean, one just wrong move at the wrong time, and you're done. You're falling back.
And plus, I mean, with
Pushing going on up here.
oh, big time push. Ooh, that's a big push there from the 84. Gets the 72, a little loose there, almost getting down into that bottom lane. But that, that's also going to be one of the perks here, that with a smaller field like this, I think people are going to be a little bit more willing to take chances, because even if a wreck does happen, it's not like they have to make up 30 some odd spots. Basically just go in, use your fast repair, and you're pretty much all set, which also means there still can be some big carnage, but it will be limited big carnage.
I want to see like super carnage.
Well, if you
It's my
want
favorite.
if you want to go see some super carnage, I suggest go and watch a Monster Jam or something.
Well, I don't like that. That's just kind of like WWF and some gigantic trucks.
Turner wants
They're
to see
overpriced.
extreme danger and
Yeah.
extreme violence.
Yeah, maybe some idiot doing a TikTok video and
What?
playing in traffic or something. I like seeing stupid stuff like that too.
You remember the old video? This is way before TikTok. But you remember the old video of the guy doing the little backwards dance to the rap song and he gets hit by an ice cream truck?
Yeah, that was good. You remember the one where these idiots were eating Tide Pods? What is wrong with this country? Well, we're about to find out if you turn it on any of your local stations. But I suggest you just stay here with us. Watch this thing. This will be more interesting.
It's a side-by-side action up at the front continues. Ooh, some contact there. Door to door go the 72 and the 42.
Chan Man's been living dangerously up there in that 72. Getting way down on the inside, probably trying to throw a little bit of side draft down on him.
And it looks like Josh Bittner, he's trying to bail out of it a little bit here as that second lane kind of starts to fall apart just a little bit. But here comes the 96. He's willing to jump up to that outside lane. The 86 and the 51 trying to join back on up here.
So as far as points go tonight, are we thinking that Stoy is going to have to beat Winker by 6 positions or so at least? I mean,
So
Winker has a lap led, so
correct. So basically, because originally it was 5 points, and I believe you get a 5-point extra for winning the race. So essentially, so if Stoy wins the race, he would still need to be up by a couple, but otherwise, I think anything outside of a win, Stoy would have to finish either like second or third, and Winker all the way in the very, very back.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, man, with a small field, it's hard to for any of these guys that are, third and fourth in the standings, they really have no shot because even if Winker DNFs, there's not a big enough field to help them, gain a points advantage. So I know a lot of guys stay out of the playoff races and championship races because they don't want to ruin somebody else's chances. But I mean, you're taking away some of the opportunity too for some of these guys that are close. You're taking away their ability to get up there and maybe snag one.
Speaking about getting up there and snagging one, be sure to keep those comments incoming because we have 2 more names for our final draw at the end of this race for our fan of the months, because we're technically into February, but we're looping it with January. Either way, one final chance to win some free HCK Beagles merchandise here if you hang around, and we'll be doing that drawing here for that prize here at the end of the race.
Pull up my Word document that's got the other names on it. We're adding 2 more tonight. John Flex here as well. Pull up for number 42, hashtag Winker Nation. Peyton McGowan says, Tide Pods made us Gen Zers stronger.
Well, made less of them, I'll tell you.
Oh, man.
Well, it was the same thing like when we were all drinking bleach during COVID, made our insides cleaner.
I didn't drink any of that. I don't know.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't.
Just me?
No,
I drank some pretty powerful stuff, but it didn't have any bleach in it.
Yeah, I mean, I went up to 110 proof stuff, but I didn't get bleach. Man. Well, it's population control. They want the population down anyway, so this is how they get some of it down.
That's the 5 of Stephen Naylor having a pretty good race so far here tonight. Currently up there in 3rd. Started in 5th, sitting on that bottom side with the Birdsong Brewing Company on the back lid there. Ooh, dropping below the yellow line there for a little bit, but outside lane picking up a big time run right now.
Yeah, that just kind of came out of nowhere, but quickly ran out of momentum coming into the turns here.
I think they were picking up all that side draft coming up from all those trucks on the bottom side, and those trucks on the bottom side aren't like super grouped together other than the 42 and the 15, so it was basically some free space and some free air coming off of those trucks, and that outside lane was able to fly on up until they got to the front, and then it's like hitting a brick wall. And ended up getting all checked up here. So 69, a little Rimmer tries to jump back into line here.
Well, the 51 is the one controlling, how well the 96 runs there. I mean, he's not going to push another competitor in front of his teammate, is he?
Well, right now he is. Oh, but because both of them are going to jump on down as the 69. Oh, man. We're going to have our first yellow here.
He was not clear by half a truck.
Oh, that was
How
strange.
did he come down there?
Was he just following the leader there? The guy in front of him?
If he is a spotter, quit working, I guess, because
Well, he hit Winker, didn't he?
he slammed right into the side of him.
Oh, man.
Head on up to our chopper camera to take a closer look at this one. I think he was coming down to pinch and then just contact being made there.
I mean, why even do that? It's a long time from.
He looked like he was just following those two trucks in front of him and didn't even.
Ooh, the four Stoy was also involved in it too, so it's not just Winker with playoff implications involved in that.
Well, Newton's saying watch the cockpit view from the 72, and you might see something, but
That was
you may
interesting.
see a close call or something there.
And all the way towards the back there is. Oh, he's just got a bunch of smoke and hard onto those brakes. Either way,
Now saying how many Joshes were involved in that? Probably half of them. What's half of 3?
1.5.
1.5. 1.5 Joshes were affected by that. As Josh Freed is going to lead these guys on down into pit lane.
Well, you knew that Josh was going to lead tonight at some point. Well, we already had one to start the race. Now we've had two.
What the heck happened there to the 26?
Chan the man spun J.A. Burton in the pits. And he's immediately apologizing on the radio.
Oh.
Chandler Paul just hooked him. Sent him straight nose first into that inside retaining wall. Kevin Winker off the radio. Oh, that was funny.
Gregory Turner and Winker having a little good conversation for fun.
A little sparring.
No, they're seems friendly right now.
Yeah, it is.
As the field slowly makes their way back out there onto the track. Oh no, what happened to the 15 of Cody Staten still stuck down there on pit road? You also got Little Rimmer finally making his way on out after a fairly lengthy pit stop.
This is quite the finale here. Their race controls requiring everyone to do a shot for the caution. I didn't know we were in like a beer league here.
I think it's voluntary. I'm not sure it's
We're not
forced
forcing.
here. It's not college fraternity hazing or anything here.
Thank goodness.
And even if it was, we wouldn't be able to admit it.
It's true.
That's right. It's tradition.
Yeah. When's the old 400-year-old blowhard getting on TV? Anytime soon? And
Ooh,
Talking about
Richard?
Richard Gray?
no, Richard Gray. He's 350. The other guy, the one that our supreme leader.
Oh, is tonight State of the Union?
Yes.
I'm glad
Yeah.
I'm here. And I don't have.
Well, you know what? I'll give you updates if we get bored.
No,
or
no,
anything.
no.
I'll catch the highlights tomorrow.
I don't need to hear about how a guy can't get through a single sentence with a bunch of people clapping.
Well, they're going to pump him full of Adderall. He'll be fine. Maybe even some illicit drugs. But I want to see some brawling. You know, like like all out brawl like they do in Britain.
Oh, where
Kinda
they
go
yell at
after
each
each
other
other.
and stuff. I love
Yeah.
that. I like British
Yeah.
Parliament.
Exactly. What? That's what we need here. Just a little. We need like a ring in the middle.
Well, I did read on the Babylon Bee page today that to prepare, Biden's been in a Bacta tank, soaking up all that healing and stuff, getting ready for tonight. So
See, I didn't
I'm
even
not
know
sure
what
how
that
he got a
was
hold of one of those.
till you told me yesterday.
I thought that was
You're
only
gonna
on
have to.
Star Wars.
Yeah. So you're talking about the Star Wars tank where they put Luke
Yeah,
Skywalker when he was half
Yes.
dead when the abominable snowman tried to kill him.
The bottom of the smoke.
The little water tank where he got a.
Exactly, where you're in,
Yeah.
like wearing a diaper basically and
Yeah, it worked for
a
him.
mask.
It
Yeah.
worked for him. Maybe. They're just having fun now that somebody's driving on top of the pace car. So
It's
that's fun.
it's Josh Moore. You heard him. He needs to try
That's
to beat
Moore's
someone, so he's going to try to beat the base car.
He's doing a good job.
Yeah, right.
And of course, the Klondike truck smashing into the cone once again. He hates that blue cone.
Reminds me of somebody. There's nothing like racing Turner with Alan English in the field, and you're about half a lap ahead of him, but you got orange cones flying over the wall and hitting your car.
Like
I
at
remember
Charlotte
seeing
Road
some
Course,
of
you'll
that.
be on the other side of the track at Charlotte Road Course. Where the wall kind of separates the cars going the opposite direction, and there'd be cones flying over the wall. He's like, "Oh, Alan must be getting ready to come back onto the main part of the track."
That's the
Children.
Oh, shush. As the pace car comes on down onto pit lane here, we get ready to go back to green flag racing. We're going to have Josh's up at the front, Joshua Moore and Josh Freed side by side, getting this one restarted. The 42 of Winker right behind that 51. The 4 of Stoy right behind the 96, but leaving a pretty big gap there. Now slowly trying to inch his way on up, and he's going to have some help on that outside lane. With the 5 of Stephen Naylor trying to get them up to speed. 64 Cale Turbeville down there on the bottom, taking his time to catch on up here to Winker, as here they come, the 96 and the 4 now dead even with that 51 and the 42.
And making more ground on it, but as you see, as soon as they get to that turn, it just kind of fizzles out. Inside lane regains their advantage, at least temporarily. Here they come again. Ooh, look at this time. Stoy with a great push on the 96.
I think the 96 is trying to help the 4 out. They are now... Oh, they were clear for about 55 feet, and then... Oh, now they're still clear, as we got a whole bunch of moving. So Stoy now leapfrogging up into second. He needs that number 1 spot. And... I don't know, did the 4 already get a lead lap? I think he did. So he's got that bonus point as well, English, so...
Oh, wow. Awesome. So you're saying there's a chance?
There's always a chance.
All right.
It works 65% of the time, all the time.
Oh, that was a good one. Anchorman. It's made from bits of real panther.
Oh, God. Well, where Turner is at the very end of the field, he's still got a hold of the draft. He could definitely go from chump to champ in no time here if a big crash happens. He's got plenty of space in between him.
Oh, yeah, and we're not even halfway yet as we go
More bailed.
3 wide here as the 51 jumps on up to the far outside lane, letting the field go around. I think he might be trying to cool it off, but also now he's grouping back up with one of those Staten brothers.
Oh, that's good plan. Only one of the Statens here tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We're missing the 88. Well, here we go, guys. We're already about a third of the way through this deal. Here comes Moore on the outside once again with a big run. I'm not sure it's going to help him much here, as he doesn't have any help up there. He quickly runs out of momentum.
Yeah, that he does as the middle lane there, starting to try to form back up with the 72 and the 84. 64 as well, trying to work together and get those guys up here to the front.
So Turner, the 42 and the 4 are running right here nose to tail. Is there anything that would tempt you just to go ahead and just use up his back bumper?
No, not this early.
No? Okay.
And especially with Winkers behind him right now, so Winker's fine right where he is. They could finish this way, and Winker'd still have the championship. So,
Yeah.
I think they'll be gentlemen about it at least for now.
That adds some more fun.
I mean, I would want to.
Started beating hell out of his tailgate.
It would definitely add for some fun.
His sponsor may not like that. And speaking of, Joel Moore expressing his thanks to Bruce Muehlberger for sponsoring Team America this season. Thank you so much. And Bruce is online with us tonight. He is our operator. Thank you for joining us there, Bruce, and supporting this league in all the ways you do. It's really one of the cool things that we see when we have sponsors that sponsor multiple drivers and races, and it's just cool to see companies getting involved in this awesome online racing community.
Oh,
Josh Freed.
Oh, boy. Saves it. He's going to have to stay down there on the apron, though, until the field clears here mid-turn. Still some bobbing and weaving going around up on the front.
Yeah, the worst thing you can do is try to get it back up on the apron or off the apron too soon and try to blend into a bunch of drivers. That can cause a big problem.
The main problem here is trying to stay with the draft for him. Looks like he may have it, but it was super close as he got back on the track.
Comes Joel Moore again, a huge run on the outside. Goes around Little Rimmer, who has tail damage. Maybe affecting his speed. Back behind Stoy. He's going to help. Looks like he's going to push Eric Stoy, even though his teammate is currently sitting in third place. Going to make it interesting, I guess. I mean, the people who are immediately around you are your friends temporarily, right?
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
What he's doing.
All right, Freed's captured the draft, and he's going to start making his move on the outside, passing a few cars right now. Got some momentum.
It's amazing how the draft affects these trucks so much, and you can get just a huge slingshot of momentum and just fly around somebody. It's incredible. Did they take the horsepower out of the trucks again tonight, or it doesn't look like they did?
I don't think so. No, they did not.
So these guys are running full power out here tonight.
That they are.
I guess they only do that for certain tracks, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, 64 Turboville ends up jumping on up there to the front of the bottom line. 5 Stephen Naylor got in the 51 around there, up on that outside middle lane. The 42 has now regained a few spots over that 4 of Eric Stoy.
How about these track dogs machines? The 84 of Josh Bittner and the 72 of Chandler Paul running right here together. Don't count these guys out either. You know, they might not be in the championship running, but these guys still hungry for a win nonetheless. How cool would it be to get a win in the last race of the season here at HCK?
And what a sponsor, TrackDogsRacing.com. Check them out for all your HCK Beagles gear and all kinds of iRacing gear. Shirts, hats, cups, the whole 9 yards.
So we're coming at you live from Hell's Kitchen, apparently. Gordon Ramsay throwing crap all around. Oh, don't get quiet on me all now. Come on.
I was trying to. What happened with Gordon Ramsay? Did he do something crazy? I don't know.
It sounds like he's in your kitchen throwing cups and stuff.
Oh, is that what's going on? Well, that's typical around here. I get used to that crap.
Brown, I love that we have the driver cameras now here in the past. How long have we been doing that? The past 6 months or so?
Yeah, right around that.
Where the drivers can set up a camera, so you can. It's just like when you're watching a NASCAR race on TV, where you have a driver camera. You know, you get to see these guys and the concentration on their faces as they wheel these trucks around here at Talladega.
You can see, as you saw there, we had both Bittner and Chan the Man with their cameras on up, all teamed up here. Oh, come on, Chandler, get off that yellow line there, buddy. Ooh, still kind of wiggly coming out of that corner.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
Wow.
Sorry.
It's a cool paint scheme, though. I do like it. He's almost punched up the track into Freed, too.
These guys are really tight up front. This front six trucks, very, very tight together.
Well, they're kind of side drafting off of one another.
Yeah.
Maybe they're playing games. Playing a game of chicken.
I think that's what they're doing. Doesn't always turn out well for everyone involved. Winker kind of managing the gap there, and knowing that he's ahead of Stoy right now is just kind of hanging out where he's at and giving him some room. I think he sees this really, really tight group up front. It's pretty unstable looking at times. These guys are still a little ways from having to do any kind of green flag pit stop situation, I believe.
Yeah, they all pitted right around lap 19, lap 20. So we're coming up on 14 laps on this set.
This should be able to hang on for a few more laps here as teams or Stealth Motorsports out there trying to make that third line work. Just those two drivers up there by themselves, Bunjo and Freed.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of movement up front here. Looks like a free-for-all on the Katy Freeway here. Somebody's got a hand on the wheel, one hand on the pistol, beer between your legs, and I maybe even use the phone on like safety mode, you know, like speaker. So that way you have more hands for guns and stuff.
What's almost like I-20 in Shreveport. I mean, just replace the beer with a Cajun daiquiri with a that you got from the drive-through place.
Yep.
With the Scotch tape holding the straw down, because
makes it legal.
That's tamper-proof, right?
Yeah.
Oh, 86, a Bunjo in the wall on the outside there. So he's going to lose some ground. Freed is going to have to suck up right there to the 51 of Moore if he wants a shot at staying with this lead group.
Ooh. I'll tell you what, Brown, Team America is working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter tonight.
The real Moises?
Mrs. I hadn't said it in so long, I messed it up.
I know, I've been stealing it from you as the 86 of Bunjo continues to try to pick up that draft as here comes that 51, Joshua Moore, back up here to the front side by side with the 5 of Steven Naylor. Got the 96 of Josh Freed up here, as well as the 64 Cale Turbeville. All of these guys trying to hustle and bustle their way around this racetrack as we're quickly approaching that halfway point.
Halfway what?
Halfway point.
He said,
Oh.
"Wait."
Said
He got-
point.
I
said the same thing I did.
I
Got
will
his head.
I will admit to it being point with a B and not
Okay, well, it was. We both screwed up. Let's
and
put
we
it
both
that
screwed
way.
up.
Y'all got in each
It's
other's
okay.
head, man. That's
We
what
did. Hey, we're
all
not
I can
perfect
think of
here.
was the Moyle. Remember the Seinfeld episode with the Moyle?
Yeah, I do remember that. That's going way back there.
Remember the
don't
time
think
they were
close.
watching over that marathon runner and
Wait,
Craig-
the alarm clock.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, what was the guy's name? I forgot.
it was Jean something.
Jean Paul. It was Jean
Jean
Paul.
Paul. And Jean Paul,
Oh,
they didn't wake him up for his race.
Still made it. He was doing fine until he grabbed that cup of hot coffee from Kramer on the sideline of the race there. Red flag. Thinking it was water. Josh Freed fighting for the lead up here. Bunjo is back on his back bumper after his early scrape with the wall that left its mark on the right side of the 86. He's missing a little paint there.
It's crazy how these tracks like this work, because Freed got knocked down to the bottom and ended up in last place, 10 laps ago, and now he's up front,
Look at this. I mean,
It's, ooh,
J.A. Burton is in last place, but he's only 3 seconds behind the leaders. We got some pit stops happening in
Yeah.
the rear.
well, Team America, but guess who's with him? Stoy.
And J.A. Burton. Stoy's got to do what the other guys are doing if he wants to stay with Winker and stay on the same strategy. Apparently, the rest of the field kind of taking note as a lot of announcements on the radio that they'll be pitting this upcoming lap. So I guess it's all about which group makes the most efficient stop as to who's going to cycle out and be the leader once pit stops are complete.
It'll be a definite interesting show here. As it looks like the 96 and the 86 are both going to be staying on out here, as Naylor leads the rest of the guys on down. Turbeville, Bittner, Paul, and Turner all coming down and around.
So fuel only right here, guys. I mean, there's really no reason to throw on 4 fresh tires unless you did some damage to them.
Yeah, probably not. What about the fans of the race? Don't we need a couple of them so we can give away some swag?
We do. We're watching the YouTube chat over there.
Well, they just got to start getting a little more active. A little disappointed. Everybody must be riveted to their television watching that geriatric guy lie to us about how great this country is. Or they're just bored with us. I don't know. One or the other.
Could be the case. Here we go. Bittner and Turbeville getting passed by Team America and Stoy all together here. We just came around them on the outside about 20 miles an hour faster. Guys cross the line with about, what we got here? 25 laps to go. Or 35.
30, 35.
Nate McGowan says, probably ought to give the president a Monster Energy up there. Might get him back going. Richard Gray says, I'm here. Hi, Richard.
Well,
We're glad you're here, buddy.
we could give him some Dubby. He could snort it, maybe get him lined out.
Dubby's not to be. You got to use it as directed.
Well, I know, but when you're in extreme cases like this, he may need to snort it.
I wonder
Sorry.
what Scarface's favorite flavor of Dubby would be if he just had a mountain of it on his desk.
The white flavor.
The white flavor.
Oh man.
Well,
Oh my goodness.
as the rally train rolls around, be sure to go order your next order of Dubby over at Dubby.gg. We're just discussing that. And use code HCK at checkout for 10% off your next order. And get yourself some of that jitter-free, sugar-free energy coming at you from that Dubby. We do not here condone the
No.
unofficial use of Dubby. However, we're
Don't.
not your dad, Rick. So do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, that's not. I was talking about the guy that's allegedly in charge of our country. He seems like he's sleepy. He may need a little more extreme treatment of like a Dubby.
Well, it's like
Well, I
So
wonder
he-
if
he
you
may
could
have
do
to
it like a BC powder and just throw some W in your mouth and just call it good.
Well, I mean, he could try it. Might get in the way of his dentures. We wouldn't be able to hear him talk. Well, hell, we can't hear what he says anyway. But yes, take Dubby the way it says to on the actual container. Don't listen to me. I'm an idiot.
In all seriousness, that you said you had your trainer and stuff look at the ingredients and stuff on that. There's really nothing in there that's bad for you. But
No.
if you look at every other energy drink out there, there's stuff in there you wouldn't want to put in your body. But the Dubby stuff's actually legit.
it is, and I don't know how many people out there are familiar with supplements and stuff, just in general, like proteins and stuff like that. But you put them into a mixer cup and start shaking that thing, and you take a drink, and sometimes you get this kind of like chalky feeling in your mouth, and it's just not a good experience. Well, you don't get any of that with Dubby, so definitely go check them on out over there at Dubby.gg. Coming out with new flavors all the time, so definitely look into it. And I know people like to collect their the shaker cups too, because they have different kinds of shaker cups and all that kind of things.
And they're not sending it to you for free. You're buying the stuff on your own because you believe in that product.
Oh,
So
100%.
that says a lot to me.
Well, although we would like some free Dubby here just to test
Sure.
it out.
Because I would.
We're all about that, getting free stuff. I like getting handouts, Nobody's sent us anything yet. Well, you know what? We do have a couple T-shirts and stuff from Track Dogs, so that's a great sponsor. Track Dogs. Racing.com or trackdogs.net.
Well, I know the guys over there at Freedom Landscaping are about to get busy once again. I believe that's Stephen Naylor and his family's company serving the coastal North Carolina area over there. Veteran-owned business. They're about to start getting busy here once spring comes up upon us. I'm sure they're
Anything-
probably busy in the fall too, raking leaves and stuff like
Oh
that.
yeah, anything that says freedom, I like it.
They're sponsoring tonight's championship race here at HCK. Tell you what, this league here, HCK Beagles, they pretty much gave us our start here in the broadcasting business, and we've sure enjoyed covering them over the last few seasons here. Look forward to what they got in store next season. We've already seen the schedule. We will spare you the details at the moment, but
Yeah,
it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good season.
I do love HCK Beagles for that. They kind of let me do my art. They don't complain about some of the dumb things I say, so I appreciate that.
What?
Sometimes I get carried away and get reprimanded.
Do you?
Yeah, I have in the past. I've
haven't-
been trying to get
I've
better.
never heard of this.
Yeah, it's happened. Right now, they're single
Don't
filed out, though.
censorship.
Yeah, I don't like censorship. I want freedom. What are they doing up here, Brown? They're just single filing out, and are they just going to ride it out for a while
They're
like
getting
this?
ready
Well, I think.
Pit, dude.
Well, no, they just pitted like
Yeah, they just pitted.
Everyone-
17, like 10 laps ago.
Yeah, less than 10, yeah.
Short
what-
pit action. They're not going to make it to the end, are they?
No, but I'm just curious if they're just trying to be calm, drive fast, straight, and not have any incidents until maybe there's a gentleman's agreement out there. Hey, let's just ride like this until we get to about lap 70, or I don't know. What are you thinking, Brown?
Oh man, it's gonna be tough because they're definitely not going to make it on fuel. I don't know. I think that's why we're seeing these guys just tuck in single file. They all realize, like, hey, listen, we all still have to make one more pit stop. No reason fighting each other right now when we're gonna have a heck of a fight on our hands here with 5 laps to go.
I mean, if
Turner
I'm
died.
if I'm with my teammate like Bunjo and Freed are right now, and I know that what my pit fuel window is, what the maximum is, why not come down and short pit here in a few laps and make something different happen?
Sorry, I got
Cough
the
up a
coughing,
lung,
man.
everybody?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Must have got the COVID for like the 800th time.
You weren't trying
Otherwise-
that thing we were talking about with the W, were you?
I didn't want to say anything, but I should have an exciting last portion of the race.
Thought it'd be good. So I see a few trucks up here doing something we see in the open races on iRacing on hosted, where you'll get a bunch of guys just running outside lane at Talladega, which I don't know about the package in these trucks, but I know in the old Gen 6 Cup cars, it was the fastest way to get around here. I don't know if they're just trying something different here, or
I mean,
What's going on there?
I wouldn't see why not. But you're also now starting to kind of bring in that good old yellow flag into play. The more movement you've got, as now we go 3 wide because things just starting to kind of change on up here. As Team America all grouped up on that far outside lane, the 4 and the 86 teamed up there in the middle, but the 84 and the 64 teamed up down there down low. Now the 84 drifts on up to the middle. I don't know what's going on.
do-si doing and swing your
Yeah.
partner out there. There's no rhyme or reason for what's going on, what we're seeing out there. That was a strange lap or two there. Oh, look at Joel Moore shooting up the middle here. Is that the old turbo tunnel move? we're seeing?
Old turbo tunnel is open here. Looks like the 86 is going to use it to catch on up to that 51 machine here too.
Just goes to show you how powerful that side draft is, pulling those other trucks back so you can continue your forward momentum.
Well, they're making it a little bit interesting for us. Stoy right behind Winker. Now, this is where, I mean, if you're the evil person that I think sometimes in my brain, I'm like an evil person. Now, this might be where you take Winker out here. Because Stoy's behind him. Winker
Stoy.
swings wide. Yeah. Winker saw him in the rearview. He's like, "Yeah, I'll just stay away." He's way up high by himself. Picked up a partner there. There we go. 51 and Winker, Moore and Winker. Looks like they teamed up.
That they did. And 4 of Eric Stoy hanging on to the back of them there. Really only a couple cars not inside this main group. We do have the 69 and the 26 working together here. It's the 5 of Stephen Naylor. He's up in the main group, but a lap down, so he's trying to work his way back up to the front, which is currently being led by that 96 of Josh Freed.
Stephen Naylor would like to see another caution come out, probably just so he could get that lap back. Trouble is, if there is a caution and he's involved at all, even just a 1x contact with another truck, he's going to be ineligible for that lucky dog. So it's going to need something to happen far away from him to cause a caution for him to have any hope of getting a lap back before this thing wraps up.
Yahtzee.
Well, Brown, it looks like off for a couple of days after tonight's race, but we're going to be back on Friday. It looks like with the NTRL ARCA series. Let's see where they're at this week. I already forgot what the schedule was for this. Looks like they'll be at Dover. We're going to be at Dover for 190 laps around that 1 mile concrete monster out there. That ought to be a good show with the ARCA cars. We really like watching that series run. Fun car to drive, the ARCA car.
Yeah, it will definitely be something interesting to watch, as 22 laps remain here with the 96, 86, 72 up here in this top 3. Got the 64, 84, and the 15 just following them. As kind of in like a little secondary pack going on now is the 51, 42, 4 as well, all trying to group on up here. So I wonder what's going on here between that between those guys.
I don't know, but I was almost sure we would see some guys go out of cycle.
Get that short pit.
And short pit here, but it doesn't look like we haven't seen it at all here just yet. Guys, they're going to close in on what, 20 to go this time around? Here comes Cody Staten down to the pit lane.
Yep, Staten 51. Ooh, I think Moore got it's going to get him.
Yep, he got black flag. Josh Moore with 51. Speeding entering.
I was going to say, though, it's probably the smart decision here to actually short pit once when you know you're going to make it, because that's just going to be less time you have to spend on pit road actually getting in that fuel. And as we all know, the less time you spend on pit road, the more time you can spend out there on the track, and that means the faster you will go.
And these guys won't have to worry about strategy for the rest of the race. Strategy's out the window now for them, those guys. You know, even if there is another caution, they're going to make it to the end. They don't have to worry about anything. It looks like the rest of the field taking a page out of their book, and they're coming on down as well.
That indeed. Oh, Josh Bittner, I think, checking it up just in time there, making up a couple spots coming on down and in.
He was close, but no black flag for the 84. He did pass a couple guys, though. that was kind of scary looking. They're practicing that move there.
Yeah, you ain't kidding as they all hit their pit boxes here. Not too many issues. As they make their way on out, here comes the 15, 42, and the 4. Looks like the 42 is going to go around the 15. 15 is going to try to play buffer here between the 42 and the 4 as they make their way back down and across the line.
I feel bad for Joshua Moore with that penalty. I think I called him Joel Moore, too. I called him his brother's name. But Joshua Moore, I feel bad for him having to serve that penalty. That serving a speeding penalty under green is just a killer.
And it really is, as Winker, Staten, and Stoy are about 3 seconds behind this main group of Bunjo, Paul, Freed, and Bittner. Bittner out in front with the 96 there in front of him. 69, Little Rimmer not pitting just yet. Gonna be hanging around there just that one lap down. He's in that lucky dog spot.
Yeah, he's got his fingers crossed, hoping for a caution here. Maybe some guys trying to blend back in or something cause a caution and he gets a lap back.
That's it.
Brandon Noah saying hashtag Winker Nation coming around. We shall see. There's Joshua Moore staying high so these guys that are running much faster can pass safely.
Indeed, as we now have 18 laps left to go here in this race. Coming to you from Talladega. For the most part, kind of single file action here. Looks like the 51 is going to try to fight and get to that lucky dog spot as Winker and Staten and Stoy work together here trying to catch back on up here to this front pack. But if you're Kevin Winker, though, I would be just be riding around here not trying to push too much, because I would know that the 4, he's going to make up a ton of spots on me here. And if they've got a big gap like they do now, you know, right around 3 seconds, that's a, you know, tough task for a single guy to, it's an impossible task for a single driver to do.
Yeah, by yourself, you really just can't do much. I mean, it's so draft dependent. I mean, there's a reason this pack racing is so intense. As Moore goes into the side of Freed on the front stretch, collects J.A. Burton as well.
Ooh.
Yellow flags out.
Back just in time for that. I don't know what that was about.
Ooh, Chain the Man drifting up just a little bit. I don't know if it was netcode or actual contact was made.
Netcode. They were at least a foot and a half apart.
Come on, iRacing, you got to do better.
Yeah, that was netcode. There's no reason for that.
Struggling with this hitbox on these trucks for a while.
That's terrible.
As the 51 putts around, spraying for mosquitoes. That brings some new life back into that 4 of Eric Stoy. They were actually slowly making up ground. They're Staten and Winker as well. But this is going to get everything all lined back on up here.
And that was Michael Newton we heard on the radio, the race controller, reminding everyone who is participating in the shot per caution activity take their shots.
Ooh. How about I take a shot every time I see a stupid look on that Pamela woman who's alleged vice president? I'd be on the floor in like no time.
Pamela Anderson?
I wish it was Pamela Anderson. No, I think it's Kamala. It's Pamela with a K.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. I just turned that on, so get ready for some fire and brimstone for me. I got it in the background. Just you can tell by looking at these faces, they're just what a bunch of clowns. It's a clown show up there on both sides.
Got a couple drivers coming down here, maybe to cram a little extra fuel in, just in case we get some green-white checker action. Maybe is that kind of them hedging their bets there, covering their butts?
It could be. Is actually more than a few drivers coming on in. The Forest Stoy being one of them. Chan the Man, Josh Bittner, Caleb Turbeville all coming on down as well. I'm confused by the ad with the blue dots.
That too. I'm like, is that an advertisement or
You know, what is that? If they're putting ads on this
Person
stuff,
named
they're gonna have to start paying us money.
might be a
I'm not
person
playing
named
with this.
Ed? I don't know.
I did know a guy named Ad one time, and it was spelled like that.
But it
We
could
should
also
never
be,
said
you know, initials like AD.
Adrian.
blue dots. Is it? Are they coming after me? Do you think it's those people, the ones in the black suits,
They're letting us know that the next spy balloons will be blue.
or they're letting me know that I need to cut it out, and they're
Kind of say
come
we're
after me?
blue dots your
Oh.
sleeper code, Turner.
Yes. Ooh, okay, never mind. I'm going to be quiet about everything except this race.
What is 6 dots in Morse code? Maybe they're trying to send you a code.
Oh, that's a code, all right.
See, I thought Morse code. I don't think
Dots
there was.
and dashes.
Don't think there's any 6.
There's not. Ooh. Starting to get nervous. I don't hear a helicopter yet. I should be good.
It should be all right. Tower operator, China balloons? Yeah, that was my first thought. I mean, if they made them blue, they would blend in better. I mean, why didn't China think of that?
Well, I mean, if there's clouds in the sky, white is good, you know. Here comes some more takers here.
It has to be what these guys are doing. They're just coming down, taking advantage of the yellow to just top off with gas just in case we get some after lap 75 action. Overtime. Comes Klondike number 64 of Kel Turboville.
Yeah, they just showed another.
Oh no, he's just.
They just showed another one of those clowns at McConnell. Mitch McConnell. He's just as bad as anybody on any side of the aisle. He's a bunch of con man.
Term limits, man. We gotta have them.
You got to get rid of these bastards.
I mean, anybody that's there for 50, 60 years and
Yeah.
done nothing but get rich off the rest of us, it's time to go.
Yeah, I agree.
That's not why you're there.
Both sides need to get out. Oh, Turboville hates that cone,
He
but
loves,
it didn't.
he loves the blue cone, is what it
But
is.
it didn't do anything. I think he drove.
Well,
right
not
through
on
it.
our screen. I think it goes.
Oh, does it
flying
on theirs? Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have the high tech screen, I guess.
He heard us talking about the blue bubbles and the blue party, and he saw the blue cone and got triggered and smashed.
Trigger.
Speaking of getting triggered, be sure to go ahead and click on that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, as you'll get alerted every single time that we go live here at AAA Broadcasting. And shove it to Mark Zuckerberg's face there and
Yeah.
hit that thumbs
Exactly.
up button and get us on that algorithm.
Nobody voted for that idiot, but he's kind of trying to rule the world. Him and Bill Gates, those clowns. Listen here. We're just trying to have fun during that, like a yellow, okay, guys? We will get back to racing. Some of our stuff gets a little off topic sometimes, but it's all in good fun. There's 12 trucks here. It's a championship. We're gonna knock this out.
Hey, we
We got
got
some racing here at some point.
12 trucks and 12 laps to go as the pace car is going to come on down into pit lane, and we're going to have the 42 and the 86 out front, the 96 64 right behind them. 4 of Eric Stoy back a few rows there alongside the 84 of Bittner, 72 of Chan the Man hanging around out there as well as they make their way down and around this tri-oval section, coming into that Geico restart zone. And here we go one more time, side by side, green flag racing here in this championship race, coming at you from Talladega. Still side by side down into turns 1 and 2 they go. The 42 trying to keep up with the 96, but the 96 just breaking free a little bit there with a great push there from the 96. The 84, Josh Bittner, trying to join them as well.
Once again, though, the inside line proving the place to be here so far. is the Stealth Motorsports. What a run these guys have had last couple of races. Picking up a win last week, and now up front, just doing one hell of a job.
I'm seeing some stuff on my television screen. I'm gonna have to rewind on that one. Yeah, but Bittner is sitting there in third. He hit the yellow line a minute ago, and he held on to it. You don't want to get below that yellow line here.
Now,
Track transition is that we're always talking about, Brown, where it's such a steep angle.
it is, and there is a little bit of a buffer by about like a foot from that yellow line. You don't want to risk it, it's not like Daytona where it's a double yellow line and one half is on one side of that banking, the other half is on the other side of the banking, and you touch that, man, you're going for a wild ride. Here you got a little bit of that kind of luck room
race area
that these guys can use. Is the 42 and the 15 not giving up on the outside lane. The 4 of Eric Stoy did. He jumped down onto that bottom line here, tucking in behind the 64 Turboville, trying to get back on up there. But you got Winker with Jake Bunjo going side by side here at the front.
Stoy have to do here? I mean, he just... I don't know. I don't see a path to victory here unless he gets himself up there.
Well, there was no path to victory a few years ago either.
I knew that was
presidential
made
election, but somehow happened.
That was
So
made just for you, Turner.
It could happen. Look at him right now. He's making his path to the front.
Oh, he's got a tailwind here. He's sniffing the draft of the 15. Let's see what he does when he gets up to him. He goes to the outside, making it 3 wide here. Now he's 3 wide for the lead with Winker and Bunjo.
And he has help out there right behind him as the 5 of Stephen Naylor giving him a big on push. Still 3 wide as they come out of turns 1 and 2. The 42 and the 15, though, they're making a big run here, trying to get out in front of that 86.
Naylor in the 5 doing everything he can to stay with the 4.
It just wasn't enough. They're going to tuck back into line here on that outside lane. 9 laps left to go. The 4 knows what he's got to do, but does he have enough to do it here as these guys continue to trundle along through the tri-oval section and back down and across the line. Now 8 laps remaining.
Definitely is not over.
Ooh!
Stealth guys, that was kind of a scary situation as Freed pushed Bunjo maybe not perfectly square, and Bunjo almost up into the 42.
So there's 2 options for Stoy here to win this thing outright, beat Winker for the championship. 1, you get the Chinese spy balloon, take Winker out. That's probably not going to happen here. Next, you get like a spy to actually physically take him out with like a lap to go. And then push you into the lead. Do you think anybody be dirty enough to do something like that here?
I mean, Winker's got a bodyguard right behind him. The 15 of Staten is there. I mean, there's a buffer zone between Stoy and Winker now. So even if Stoy wanted to take out the 42, he's got to get through the 15 first. And he's running out of time here, guys. It's about to come across as 6 to go here.
And 7 laps remaining right now. He's trying to catch back on up to that back bumper of the 15 here, trying to close up that gap just a little bit as the 86 and the 96 Stealth Motorsports working really well together on that bottom side right now. They're not really fighting against each other, trying to pick up that win. They're just trying to get at least one of those trucks up there on that top step of the podium as the 42 of Winker tries to guide this outside lane around. He knows his opponent. He knows what he has to do to pick up the championship win here tonight, and he knows it doesn't have to be the race win, but man, wouldn't it be nice?
Matt Bunjo called it earlier in the race, though, for Stealth Motorsports, maybe making it 2 in a row, and he's out there still cheering them on.
Oh, they're getting cheered on by race control. Activity on the radio.
I hope Stealth Motorsports does come back next season. I'd love to see what those guys can do. Maybe, especially maybe if they pick up a couple more teammates, maybe. We'll see. Strength in numbers.
Yeah, Team America has proven that for sure.
That indeed, as they're going to come back down through the tri-oval and across the line, will be 5 laps to go here. The final 5 laps of this season.
Folks love the super speedway action. I think we're going to see a lot of that again next season here from the HCK Beagles. Stay tuned for details to come out in their off season. We'll make sure to keep y'all updated over on the AAA Broadcasting Facebook page as well. If you guys aren't a part of our Facebook page, haven't liked it, go over there and check it out. We'll post updates on it.
Well, I didn't know we had a FaceTime page. I need like a blog on there. You guys need to let me do my art on there. Am I allowed to touch it?
Sure, I'm going to send you a Word doc, and that's where you do your blog, and then I'll post it for you.
No, Zuckerberg
I
would
promise.
he'd have my tail. Zuckerberg, we don't get along.
Call it Turner Thoughts.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Just write it on a Word doc.
Probably get permanently banned on the internet. Well, they look clean right now. This is setting up to be a real fun ending.
Chandler Ball a little bit loose there. I think he did get a little bit too far below that yellow line and kind of wiggled up the track, but able to stay off of Stoy, who was right above him there.
Ooh, little bobble there up at the front from the 86, but able to hang on to it here as we remain 2 wide. 3 laps left to go here, and it's starting to wind down on these guys, especially Stoy. Oh, he looks inside. He was trying to make use of that turbo tunnel, but the 15 recognized it and just slammed that door shut right in his face.
We're coming down to the end of this deal, and don't forget to stick around. We're going to have 8 names for our fan of the race for the past month. Well, really month and a half, you could call it. And we're going to pull from those names, including 2 that are added tonight, for some HCK Beagles Racing gear from their store.
As here we go. 4 of Stoy looking to the outside. 42 of Winker's going to run up there to block. This is Turner where that 4 is putting that bumper to work. But he's not able to jump down to that middle lane here. The 15's kind of running spoiler there for him. Oh, but he does have some help. The 5 of Nailers up there. Now here comes the 42, pinching the 4 up against the wall. 3 wide still as they head on down into this tri-oval, coming across the line for the white flag lap, which means no more cautions here tonight. This is it. The rest of the season is done with, and here we go, making a break for it down through turns 1 and 2. The fight up at the very, very front, it's pretty calm, but here in the mid-pack, it is turning and burning. The 4 and the 42, nose to tail as they head on down the back straightaway here. The 5, the 4 trying to split the middle here. The 84 trying to do the same thing. 84 jumps out of the way as the 4 makes a break, running up the gullet no, everybody's wrecking down there. Jake Bunjo is going to be the only car to make it clean on through. The 4 is just keep on getting wrecked. The problem is they have to still run down all the way across the line to finish this thing off. So the 86 is going to come across the line. Your victor here tonight, as looks like the 15 of Staten is going to come in second. Eric Stoy, he's going to putt around. He's trying to get there. The 84 Bittner makes a pass here, making Stoy down to fourth. Oh my goodness, is it going to be enough for Stoy finishing there in fourth to take the win over Winker? Winker ended up finishing here in, I'm showing ninth.
I'm showing seventh.
Let's see.
On the iRacing scoring.
You're correct. I don't think he has enough, but that was wild. Wow.
So keep in mind, folks, these are unofficial results. Now they're giving Winker eighth.
On the iRacing side.
Oh, as people,
on the iRacing scoring.
People are still, trying to come back across the line here. So we take a look what happened as we were heading on down into 3 and 4. It was tight 3 wide, and that was 96. It looked like the 96 just getting turned around there.
Now Winker in ninth, according to iRacing.
Oh no!
We're gonna have to defer here to our league admins here. The championship is still up for grabs.
I think Bittner was just trying to get out of the way, and
yeah, I think so.
Cause some stuff. Well, that wouldn't have been how we predicted it. That was...
So Kevin Winker will officially be scored in ninth position. The first truck 1 lap down. Eric Stoy finishes in fourth. That's a difference of 5 positions. These guys were 5 points apart. They both led a lap. I don't know how this is going to be scored. We still don't know who our champion is here.
We'll be down to tiny points.
And that it will be here as excuse me, as oh, sorry, great crazy finish like that's making me cough. As we still do have 2 names to add to that list, and Mr. English, I will have a number for you here in just a second if you want to throw out who's the next qualifiers here.
So here at Talladega are fans of the race tonight, Joel Moore and Shauna Flick. So y'all stick around just another minute or two here as we're going to have a drawing. We got 8 names there, Brown, to choose from for some HCKBeagles.com racing gear.
And drum roll, please. It will be number 6 on that list there, Mr. English.
Number 6 is Haley Spires from last week's Daytona race. Haley Spires, you are the fan of the race for the month, and you've won some HCK Beagles racing gear. So make sure you shoot a message to the page over there, HCK Beagles Racing League on Facebook. Let them know that you are the fan of the race, and she might also be able to message Josh Bittner over there to the HCK, or help me out here, guys. TrackDogsRacing.com.
Your brain's getting, there's too much scrambling.
I mean, it's too much excitement here.
As ooh, my goodness. As we wait for the official statement to come out from Race Control, let's head on down here and start talking to some of these finishers on this podium, because I know that for a fact that's at least not going to change here, as we can get things started off with the 15 of Cody Staten picking up the second place finish here tonight, trying to trickle back across the line there after a crazy wreck there in turns 3 and 4, and still all along a pretty good race here, Cody. But not only that, but we got to congratulate you and Team America winning the team championship here tonight as well.
Yeah, it's been a long season. To bring that one home was definitely nice for all of us to be able to take that pot. Yeah, tonight was a crazy race. It was going really well for a while, and I think if the math's correct, Kevin might have lost the championship, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we knew it was very, very close, and just looking at the math and stuff, we're kind of showing them dead even. But we're gonna wait and see what the admins say here for the league. But man, you did some great racing out there. We knew that you were gonna do whatever you could to help your teammate, but you were also mixing it up out there. We saw you. We saw you, and we saw Josh Moore also kind of pushing some other drivers, and just trying to maintain track position, because as you know, in pack racing, if you're not with a teammate, you find somebody to work with, and you did that very well out here.
Yeah, the goal tonight was just find Kevin, stay with him, and if you're not with him, find a way to get to him. So did that, and it was fun battling Stoy, trying to keep him behind me for a while. He's just trying to force his hand to get up there and get in front, and he got it done. He got by me and made it real interesting. So,
Well, congrats on P2 tonight, and shout-outs.
yeah, shout out to Bruce Muehlberger for taking me on as a sponsor under his wing, and I really appreciate him doing that. I hope he saw my paint scheme out there and liked it. Also, shout out to my girlfriend working her butt off like she always is. So,
Awesome. Well, great job out there tonight, Cody. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight, and hopefully, who knows, maybe we'll be talking to one of your teammates here in just a couple of minutes.
all right, guys, appreciate it. Thank you.
As we move on up the leaderboard, let's go ahead and talk to tonight's race winner, and it's the man with the greatest name in iRacing, Mr. Jake Bunjo, picking up the race win here tonight, the only driver to make it clean through that last lap incident. And so from that, man, it was just pretty much a easy runaway, but it took a good minute to get up there. You and Freed were working really well together there, especially after that last round of pit stops.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just talk about right place, right time, and I mean the front's never a bad place to be, but yeah, I mean I was gonna get nervous towards the end because Kevin was on that second line, and he would get runs and get close, and I was kind of thinking it was gonna come down to the line, and then all of a sudden I looked behind and there's nobody there. So a win's a win, and I'll take it.
Well, Matt was out there pulling for you, Jake, and we talked about Stealth Motorsports, how you guys are really kicking it up a notch the last few weeks here. What are you guys' plans for next season? Are y'all going to pick up maybe a couple more cars? Are y'all maybe going to join forces with another team? You guys got any plans for that yet?
Great question. I mean, we're definitely in for the next season, and we have been recruiting some of our buddies to get on the iRacing grind and see what they can do. I love my brother Matt, but I don't trust him at all behind a wheel. So I think he's going to continue to be our crew chief and number one fan. But so we'll see. I'd love to add some more guys for sure, because we ended the season on a hot streak, and we'd love to ride that into season 4.
Hey, that race engineer, that's an important position.
Yes, sir.
Well, he's definitely cheering you on tonight. Couple great weeks for you. Like you said, great way to finish the season. Who would you like to thank?
Yeah, for sure. Well, for the second week in a row, I definitely got to thank my teammate, because I'm not up front. I'm not doing what I'm doing there without him being there. And thank Matt for, of course, always watching, always tuning in, always throwing in the comments and cheering us on. And I can't wait to talk to him after the race. I'm sure he's excited all over again. It's kind of like the highlight after every race is to be able to catch up with him and just to, see what he saw and talk about it all. But it's just so much fun, man. I've had so much fun this season, so much fun, listening to you guys, talking in. And last thing I'll say is congrats to Kev for the championship. It's well deserved. He's a heck of a driver.
Well, man, congratulations there yourself. Picking up the race win here tonight. And I know we look forward to April. It's still a little ways away, but man, it's going to heat up quick, man. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next season.
Thank you, fellas. Have a good off season.
So I just messaged the league owner and said, hey, do you guys have a champ yet? He says they're actually looking at a last lab incident. They have not made a decision yet, so we're still unofficial, but results will be coming soon.
It's like the hanging Chad. It's like the hanging
Hanging
Chad.
Chad's thing. Yeah, we're doing a recount.
Oh,
Well-
man. It's a 22 to year 2000. I mean, wow.
Yeah, well, while there's a hanging Chad over there, we got a driver that's hanging about, and that's the 84 of Mr. Josh Bittner, puttering back across the line after that last lap wreck and picking up the third place finish here tonight. Congratulations, Josh, and your Track Dogs racing over there. And it was a good way to finish off the season here. Pretty clean race up until that final lap, pretty much.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I'll give you my 2 cents, and I'll try my best to bite my tongue. But going back to that last thing, and I'm just looking at it now, the 96 and 86, and I saw them coming up. I saw whoever was 4 behind me with a head of steam, so I figured they went up to block. So instead of going up with them, I went down low, and you know what? They came down low and they took me. And you know what? I heard some crybabies after the race complaining about it. If you're tired of getting wrecked at a super speedway, don't show up. That's all I have to say. I bit my tongue enough during the season getting wrecked out on the last lap, probably more than half the races I've been here, and I've been a pretty good soldier about it. So if they can't handle one race, don't show up. But no, it was a good race tonight. Our Track Dogs racing car, trackdogs.net. It was a lot of fun, not gonna lie. Staying up front most of the night, leading some laps, helping others lead laps. Chandler, Kale, Greg was up front a little bit, I think, at times poking around. It was fun.
Well, it kind of goes to the nature of pack racing. We see a lot of contact, and innocent people get involved in it. Sometimes those of us who do a lot of pack racing, we're the cause of it too, and you just never know what's going to happen at these things. Yeah. And that F-150 of yours is pretty beat up, but way to finish out the race and cross the line, because that's half of plate track racing anyway, is finishing the race, because so many people don't. There's a lot of DNFs and stuff that occur, especially on last laps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, we're glad to see you pick up a podium here tonight, and we're so glad that TrackDogsRacing.com is on, sponsoring some races and some leagues. And thank you so much, guys, for doing the fan of the month thing for this league. And we did have Haley Spires is the name we pulled from our YouTube viewership in the past month. She's going to win some swag from you guys. So thank y'all once again.
Oh, absolutely. Appreciate you guys. And don't sell yourself short. AAA merch we got up on the site. Always love supporting you guys. I can't say enough. Each week in, week out, best in the business. Love talking to you guys, even outside broadcasts. Always a great time. And we got some big things coming in the works for Track Dogs. I think some people are going to like. And if anybody's interested in either on the Facebook, or check us out on Facebook, Track Dogs Racing. We have the Discord, but we got a fantasy NASCAR league going on. It's like a weekly pick'em series. You make one, basically, long story short, is you make one pick for the season, and you make one pick for a race, and you can't use that driver again for the rest of the season. It's pretty fun. I've done it before, and I'm putting that together with Track Dogs. So we already got a bunch of people doing it. So if anyone's interested, feel free to reach out on any of the socials. But yeah, thanks, guys.
Awesome, man. Awesome job tonight. That was an interesting race. Like you say, we're at Super Speedway. It's all bets are off. You got to be a little tough to be out here in this giant oval, but you did a good job tonight. And who would you like to give some final shout outs to?
Thank you. I'd like to thank my other fellow thick-skinned friends. Of course, Peyton, my girlfriend, always having my back, watching these races, chatting it up in the comments. I think egging you guys on, give you something to talk about sometimes. You probably needed that tonight until the last lap. Ricky, D&D Race Graphics, making a baller paint scheme once again. Hate that I scratched it up. The admins, here at HCK. Greg Turner did a great job. Chandler, Michael has done a great job as race control. I think he's been fair all season. The last couple of races I've been, talking to him more and more. But he's a good dude. Can't thank enough. And Kale was also, we're pushing around on the team tonight. And it just, for those that were involved, that were innocent bystanders in tonight's race, I'm sorry that happened. But other than that, I got nothing else to say. Thank you, guys.
Well, either way, Josh, awesome job here tonight. The hard charger of the evening, up 6 positions to finish here on that 3rd place in the podium. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to seeing you out here on the track again, my friend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
That's a Philly thing. Add the S at the end of appreciate yous. Yes.
Oh yeah. I think
never
that's
hear
a
that around here.
Jersey thing too. Yeah, I think people.
Isn't that close
Jersey-
together? Aren't they all
Yeah,
kind
yeah,
of like
it's
together
all-
up there?
It's
like
all
a team.
clumped together up
It's
there.
like a team up there. I do like the. I've never been there, but I'd like to try their cheesesteaks. Anyway, go ahead.
Still kind of hanging around here, waiting on a decision from our race
Oh.
control and our league owner as to who is the champion here.
This kind of feels like I went to bed in 2020 and somebody was winning, and then was warning me about the somebody else, and then the next thing you know, I wake up and the somebody else is.
Well, it kind of happened 2 years ago too. I kind of thought it was going to go one way, and
Well,
I
that's
went
what
to
I
bed.
said.
I slept well.
Yeah,
And
that was 2020.
oh, you said 2000. You said 2000.
No, 2020. I said 20.
Yeah.
I said 2000 for the hanging chads. And you don't. That was a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
We got all kinds of controversy in this world. You got 2 guys that remember it all because we're old.
Yeah, either way, we can kind of start to wind things down here a little bit.
Okay.
And
Let's do it.
official announcement coming in a minute from Michael Newton. Okay. So we will first say big time thank you to all of you guys for tuning in and watching, as you guys are the reason why we do this and have such a good time doing it. So if you haven't already, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell to get alerted every single time that we go live, even in this off season, as we got other races going on. And of course, hit that thumbs up button if you do like what you see, as that helps us continue to grow our great community. Also, big thank you to Davidson Builders, sponsor on board here all season long. Big time thank you over there to them up in that northern New Jersey area. And down there in the Carolinas, be sure to look up Freedom Landscaping if you need some help taking care of some of your yard or lawn or whatever have you. So big thank you for them for sponsoring tonight's race. Big thank you to oh, goodness gracious, AdminBoxx here as well. Be sure to go check them on out to get a button box designed for race control admins, but you can use it for other things too. But we thank you guys for being on board here all season long. Of course, we got to thank Dubby over there at dubby.gg, and using code HCK at checkout, you can get 10% off your next order. So definitely be sure to go and check them on out over there. And of course, a big thank you to trackdogsracing.com or trackdogs.net to get some HCK Beagles Racing League or AAA broadcasting merchandise over there in their store.
Did you want to do the race finishing order while we're waiting on this announcement?
Oh, yeah, that we can do. I totally forgot we haven't done that one yet. So, yeah, we can do tonight's finishing order, which is getting started off here by the 86 of Jake Bunjo, picking up the race win. The 15 of Cody Staten was able to putt around there and pick up second spot. The 84, Josh Bittner, able to, just before the line there, cross over and pick up the third place finish. The 4 of Eric Stoy will finish right where his car is numbered there in fourth. 96 of Josh Freed, picking up solid top 5 finish there himself. The 5, Stephen Naylor, having a pretty solid run, finishing in sixth. Seventh will be the 64, Cale Tuberville. Not making too much noise here tonight, but still definitely down there all along. You got Chandler Paul, your last car on the lead lap officially as he crossed the line there in 8th. Kevin Winker being heavily involved in that hard wreck. He's going to end up picking up 9th. Gregory Turner, Little Rimmer in the 69 is going to finish here, running out that top 10. I'll finish it off here.
Go ahead.
We got Joshua Moore just a little shy there, finishing in 11th, with Jay Burton rounding out your field there in in 12th. Oh my goodness. Well, official word is, after official review, 84 comes back up on track from apron to cause wreck. As a result, he will be penalized by getting put to the end of the lead lap, moving 4 of Eric Stoy up to 3rd. So Stoy ends up picking up 3rd. Is that though?
Is that enough?
Is that 1 point that is needed by Stoy? Because from everything that we know so far, it is literally dead even. He has picked up the 5 spots needed and led a lap just like Kevin did to have a bonus point there. Is that what the tiebreaker is going to be? That is the ultimate question.
So while we wait on them, I guess if we want to do a little preview of next season here, we do have a schedule here. If we want to look down through it here.
Yeah, and you know it's a good mixture of tracks coming up.
It is.
You got Daytona, Vegas, Bristol, Dega, Dover, Martinsville, Atlanta, Nashville, Rockingham, Michigan. iRacing Superspeedway is being moved for their All-Star race. Phoenix, Richmond, Dega, Charlotte, Wilkesboro, Atlanta. So a good mix of some quick tracks out there. Also Texas, Bristol Auto Club, and finishing up here once again at Dega as official word is now in, and your season champion, is he still hanging about? Yes, he is, and that is the 4 of Eric Stoy winning this championship by 1 single point. Congratulations, Eric. You're able to somehow fight and stay on there. We kind of knew what position you were in. You knew what position you were in and had to make some moves here coming down the stretch. And boy, oh boy, did those guys not make it easy for you.
Oh, I know, man. Like, I was trying different lines to see which way Team America's going, and so I did play around. And once I saw that hole, I just slid my truck through it. Unfortunately, there's a wreck because I honestly think I would have had the win, but hey, win the championship is awesome too.
Well, great job out there. You know, the Busch Light Chevrolet was you were strong most of the season anyway. I mean, just consistency is the reason why you're up here and the champion. I mean, you know, say what you will about, you know, playoffs and, you know, people dropping out and stuff like that. But when you're a good race car driver and you're consistent and, you know, as successful as you are, it's going to pay off. So, yeah, winning by 1 point, who cares? If it was 100 points, it's well earned. Congratulations, man.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's what makes this exciting. 1 point. I mean, how else more could you written that up? So yes, thank you so much. I mean, consistency is a thing. Just trying to maintain in the top 5s as much as possible, and I'll put you up there.
Well, it ended crazier than we thought it was going to end tonight, and you came out on the lucky end of it. Sometimes you got to be lucky here, but you had a great season. You're the champion. Congrats, and who'd you like to give some shout-outs to?
Hey, thank you. First of all, like you guys did an amazing job this year broadcasting. Appreciate it. Shout out to my girlfriend. She's sick right now, so hopefully she feels better. And then also to my teammates, Sturkey and Naylor. They helped me out so much throughout this process. And then shout out to my boys, Dob, Kevin Ho, and Ian Dove, always being there for me. So once again, thank you guys.
Awesome job here tonight, Eric. Congratulations on picking up the big time championship win here this season. Congratulations, and we can't wait to have you guys back here in action again in April.
Hey, thank you.
Glad they got some short tracks. We're gonna get to see some Bristol. I love Bristol, man. We're gonna see some great racing here this next season.
Indeed. Yep. There we have it, boys. We officially have crowned a champion here at Talladega. We knew it was going to be close, and boy, oh boy, was it ever. That final penalty with a position gain from Stoy makes the difference. It doesn't get much closer than that, everybody. So, without further ado, though, I'm Alan Brown for Alan English and Adam Turner. We're going to sign off for the night, but we'll see you guys back out here in action on Friday night. We'll see you.
We gone.
See ya.